Guys, this is a serious topic. If you have family members who depend on your income, you need life insurance. You may not realize there's a benefit to getting life insurance right now. Life insurance costs more as you get older. Getting covered now locks you in at your rate as is. Over the course of the next 10 or 20 years of the policy, those savings add up. Here's how Policygenius works. Head to policygenius.com to get started. In minutes, you can work out how much coverage you need and compare personalized quotes to find the best price for yourself. When you're ready to apply, the Policygenius team will handle the paperwork and scheduling for free. And since they're licensed experts that work for you, not the insurance companies, you can trust them to offer unbiased advice. Policygenius never sells your information to other companies. They don't add on extra fees, and you could save 50% or more on life insurance by comparing quotes with Policygenius. Policygenius. It's one word, capital P, lowercase g. They're not an insurance company. You could call them a marketplace or a broker. Visit policygenius.com/Chael today. Oh, it is fascinating. It really is, at least for me, to see the way that Conor is being treated right now. It's not the first time. This is very normal, in fact. It's not unusual that you build somebody up and then you tear them down, that you enjoy cheering for them, and then you enjoy even more their demise. The psychology of a fan is fair game, in my opinion. I'm not innocent of anything that I just stated over my course and my life of being a fan of things. I get it. It's why I can identify it. Some of it is surprising for me to see coming from our community. I'm talking about like the dirt sheets that I go to. The manias, the elbows. They could never get an interview with Conor McGregor. They've been covering him. They will cover somebody else's interview, somebody else's work, some other information of Conor. They will cover it because he was very good for business. You would think that they owe him a bit of a thank you. You can serve that thank you to a guy, literally, if you ever meet him, by putting your hand out and saying the words, or at a time when he could use a little bit of help, you could be a little bit helpful. And they are burying him. Conor's gone too far. Conor brought up Poirier's wife. What a scumbag. Conor, last night, put out some tweets and then quickly deleted them. But they had to do with like death or something, right? I'm getting paraphrased from somebody else. They were deleted. I couldn't see, but it was something like that. I'm going to kill the family. I'm going to do something like this. Time out. First off, let's start at the very beginning when Conor insulted Poirier's wife. Was that a scumbag move? Absolutely. You should not copy that. He should not have done that. We can understand all of these things. Did he insult Poirier's wife, or did he entertain? And that's a very fair question. If that is truly who he is, some of this stuff that you're seeing, he's a scumbag. Plenty of them out there. He goes into that bucket. But you don't know that. I don't believe. I don't think that we know that. Conor, if I'm right, looking at this, I need to entertain. They're going to forget what I say. They're never going to forget how I make them feel. I need to evoke an emotion in this moment before my entire life and career literally change. And he did that. He entertained. I just want to remind you of that. The tweets that he put out and then quickly deleted, which will put you in John Jones territory. You don't want to do anything that puts you into what we call John Jones territory. He's on morphine, guys. We know this for sure. He's hopped up on the hoopies. He's in a hospital. He's doing it appropriately. They're injecting it into his vein through an IV. My goodness, show some grace. Really, you must have some grace in moments like this. Was he showing us who he is, and we just found out he's a scumbag? Because if that's true, that is your punishment. We don't now need to kick him. If the whole world now knows you to be a scum, that is your punishment. But what if he wasn't? What if he wasn't insulting Poirier's wife? What if he was entertaining? It's a mindset. It's all a mindset. And I think we're being a little quick to judgment that we somehow know what the mindset was. It's just a suggestion. I'm not bullish on this. I'm only offering the fact that it is not for sure scumbag. It is possibly entertainment, of which he succeeded. And I got to tell you, I was impressed. I was very impressed that Conor, while down, literally devastated for sure, physically and emotionally, had the presence of mind to cut a promo. I mean, that is brilliant. That is high-level stuff right there. And if you at a minimum cannot sit back and appreciate and tip your hat to that, you're missing some really great moments. You're missing some very special moments as to how certain athletes get to certain positions and then maintain that spot longer than others. And you really do have a genius at work who did not break character. Look, it hurt me seeing that happen to him. Did you guys have that feeling? Like, did that kind of hurt your legs seeing that? Did you get sick in your stomach a little bit? Oh my God. That was just seeing it. He was actually in the moment. Anybody else would have wanted to cry out in pain and have their mother holding them. It would be a very natural reaction. He probably also wanted to cry in pain and have his mother holding him. He stayed in character and he cut a scathing promo. Is it because he's a scumbag? Or is it possible that he's an entertainer doing his job? Possible. I think it's worth considering. I also do believe you should show a little bit of grace because whether you like that human or not, he's still a human and he's injured. Want to beat this guy up? Even on the .coms, we want to do that. Great. Level playing field, though. You come ready, I come ready. Doctor checks you out, doctor checks me out. You get on a scale, I get on a scale. We wait till a certain time, a date, and the agreed upon unified rules. Do it with honor. The guy's down. Where were you tough guys taking your shots when Conor felt good? I mean, where were you tough guys then when there was even a possibility, no matter how slight, you could have got on the docket with him? You waited until the guy is injured and then you're going to judge social media posts when we know he's hopped up on the hoopies? There's no room to kind of understand the situation, almost to expect it. I bet Conor's going to send out some weird tweets in the next couple of days. He's going to be in that hospital room. He's going to have that medicine going through. That would be expected. He did what we all knew he was going to do. Somewhere him or somebody else saw it, grabbed his phone and deleted it real quickly. Everything's usual. There's nothing abnormal about this. Nothing odd happened here. And I will tell you, I would really encourage you. I would encourage you to just show some grace. You get a guy healed up and you want to bring him back down, you go right ahead. But when he's in this moment, come on, he's a member of our community. If a casual fan or an outsider happen to be watching, if they're going to bear him, they've got the right to do it. it's our own guys. Our own industry is going to do, and this industry does that all the time. It will do that all the time. They don't look out for, they help nobody. For one moment of a few clicks or one moment of a few comments, I see them do that all the time. Are they wrong? You decide. Is it weird when a community turns on its own? It is for me. That strikes me as very strange behavior. And there are many people calling for a Conor-Dustin rematch. That's how fights happen. People start calling for it. Other people like the idea. Big fights. I mean, that's the recipe to all of them. I will share with you that surprises me. There was nothing within that fight that was competitive anywhere. You have a masterful striker in Conor, and he is. Conor is a wonderful mixed martial artist. He's a very special, talented guy. Not in comparison to Dustin. That's just the reality. And this isn't an opinion at this point. He's been stomped out by Dustin in every round that he's ever completed with Dustin, in parts 2 and 3, but he's also not winning any frames. Not like, well, geez, if Conor could have just kept that on his feet, he would get beat up on his feet. Well, if Conor could have just kept throwing kicks, he was eating kicks himself. I don't put down Conor's skills. It's comparatively. Is Conor really good? Yeah. Is he really good compared to Dustin? I mean, that's why they had the fight. That's why they walked. That's what this whole thing was about. That's what was agreed upon between the two of them, that we are going to go find out while the world watches. But after the world watches, for the world to come to a weird interpretation, two judges had that 10-8. Conor McGregor chose to put himself down. That's weird. That's a very weird decision for somebody who has such a high IQ like Conor McGregor. He's going to put himself down in hopes to finish a guillotine. Oh, by the way, up against the fence, which greatly drops anybody's likelihood of finishing said guillotine. The whole thing was weird. I mean, the whole thing, there was nothing about that you could turn to if you're Team Conor that you find redeemable. You're going to come to one conclusion, which is we got a really good fighter here, just like Chael Sonnen. Keep him the hell away from Poirier.